So what's up everybody, it's me, True Star Screamer. And yes, the reviews are getting rolled out this week. And this one is something I have been waiting way too damn long for. This is the Memory Toys Berserker Broken Claw. And this finally arrived from BBTS. I have had this guy on pre-order since they announced it, and this is supposed to have been the exclusive that they had. Yes, slight rant here, folks. This was supposed to be an exclusive. They charged me a non-refundable deposit, and then all of a sudden, this exclusive starts appearing on other sites, such as 5K Toys, Rage Love on Amazon, and such. And they ended up getting it first. They were shipping it out first, and for less. But since BBTS already took my deposit, and it was non-refundable, I pretty much had to wait for this guy. Now, as you can see, this guy is still in plastic. The reason is, I'm not sure if you guys know about the whole broken claw thing. This is actually supposed to be, the black bear, but there is a random chance that this could be a panda bear. And so I'm going to do the opening kind of in real time on this. I'll get the plastic off first though. And then once I get the plastic off, we'll then do the boxing for you guys to see if I get the bear I actually ordered or if I get the panda. I'll be happy either way. But, and I know a lot of other people have reviewed this guy, but I really wanted to get my thoughts on record. So I'll probably be doing more of an overview than a true review. So let me take this guy off camera for a second and get this plastic off, and then we'll get this whole show going. Moment of truth time. Got my hobby knife out, baby. You know, I did do the Memory Toys Orc Bounty Hunter thing. I love that figure. I also have the Mr. G Karate Gorilla. I'll probably have one of them referencing right now, and I'll throw the other one up later in the review. But I have enjoyed everything I have purchased from Memory Toys so far, and so I'm really excited how their products are going to go. So I'm very, very excited about this guy. So, like I said, all this is real time. I have no idea which one I'm getting. And it is not the panda, which, again, I'm not complaining. Alright, let me get this guy out of the package, mess with him a little, and let's actually talk about the toy. Okay, like I don't know if part of it is just how much I was anticipating this guy, how long I've been waiting for this guy. I mean, this is definitely, well, a beast of a figure. I mean, when I ordered this guy, I ordered him for what you see here. I'm not even going to talk about, well, we'll talk about, but like, that was before they announced things like the armor plating on here. You know, the weapon he comes with, which is pretty cool, don't get me wrong. But this is what I was buying. One of the biggest things, I think I may have mentioned this before with the Orc Bounty Hunter, this guy is heavy. This is a solid piece of plastic, which this guy's not cheap. Well, on BBTS he's not cheap. But, so I gotta say, do I feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of here, especially when I know that some people paid for less? That's a whole different conversation here. But if you got this guy in 5K Toys, you probably are very thrilled with him. I got him, you know, he comes with 2 sets of these bloody effects and 2 of these slashing effects, which were not the most intuitive. You'd think they were intuitive to put in, but every time I was putting them in, I kept second guessing myself, you know, because they just slide in between the fingers. And it is a soft plastic, but it's not like a glove fit. And Only way to describe something like that is if you ever had the reptile figure from Storm Collectibles. His fingers just kind of fit into those slime effects. I don't remember if I ever did a review for him or not, but this is that kind of that same. These are not that. It's not that intuitive like Storm does. Like, you just kind of wedge these effects into the claws. I did hit him with a hairdryer as soon as he came out, just because some of these joints were on the stiff side. But this is definitely an imposing figure. Just because I got him on hand here, you know, this is him next to your base, a 6-inch figure, and yep, he's big. Put him right here. He's a big boy. He's so tough, he decapitated Killmonger without even trying. I want to take these effects off, and then I want to kind of go over the details of this, because that honestly is probably one of the most striking things about this guy. So I elected to go for the black bear versus the brown bear, just because there are some very subtle details on this one, aside from the coloring. But much like Mr. G, you know, the coloring on his fur and all, you know, the plastic here, it seems like it has like a dry brushing sheen to it, which is really nice. The bear, no pun intended, the bear skin on here has this, you know, it's a silvery finish on it. You know, the veins are defined on for his muscles, and again, it has a dry brushing on there to help really bring out the definition. You can see that here. You know, it's almost like, is this a bear or is this a werebear? You know, where he grew out and just has, you know, more of the splotchy fur. That's up to your own personal canon. One of the other things I loved about this guy, and I love about these, are these bloody claws, both on the hands and on the feet. So this guy looks like he just really went in full Berserker mode on somebody. I also like the gouges right here. I believe Mr. G also had these as well, so I don't know if those two got into a fight or not. And then finally the mouth, it also has blood on there. This is articulated jaw. There's blood in the mouth, on the teeth, on the tongue. So this guy completely savaged somebody. And you know, we go in the back here, and not so. Maybe it would have been kind of cool seeing a little bit more of that bloody effects on the back here. That's here nor there, but this looks like this is somebody who just went forward and gave somebody his due. Somebody fucked around and found out. And it wasn't this guy. He was kindly offering information. I mean, you put him in a pose like this is really just a total come at me bro. And I don't mind doing this guy as almost the werebear feel as opposed to a true bear. Like, that works for me, especially kind of gives with the proportions and all. Now, this guy was made before the Berserker Orc. And the reason I want to point that out is Berserker Orc had the butterfly joints in the shoulders, if I recall. He does not, but my god, if he had them, it would totally have taken this figure up to another level. Because, I'll be honest, the articulation is lacking a little. And it's no fault on this figure, it's just after following a figure I'd gotten before that had more articulation. The arms here, they're still stuff, they hit that 90. They're single jointed, but they hit that 90 just about. He does have the a barbell peg in here, so he does have some ab crunch to slide up and down. You can hear that tightness on there. Again, more texturing here, which is great. Oh, more scratches here, I didn't even see that. So he gets enough. Don't get me, I'm not, it's not hindering, but it's just knowing he could have had more. You know, I can have the positioning here, going forward there, that works forward up there, and there you go. Absolute calling out his enemies, worshipping a savage moon god or whatever he's ready to dedicate to. You know, it's great. The neck, again, there's a barbell in here, so you can totally get the perspective, you know, have him look pondering, glowering, looking up, and that articulated jaw is absolutely wonderful. Legs, nothing really to write home about. Again, single jointed knee that does not even get 90 degrees just because the detailing on the fur. Ankle pivot does have a toe joint, so he's better than most Spider-Man figures with that. So again, I get that beckoning out there. I can absolutely position him, have his foot posed. It looks really, really good. It's just, maybe if they'd waited a little longer, who knows, they could have gotten it that much better. But I get why they did, because again, like the fur here, this all looks really, really good. So, I'm not complaining. I'm just knowing that they've done it. I kind of wish that he had gotten it as well. It's like a gray area. What's kind of interesting is, well, actually, before I get into that, let's talk about some more of the accessories he comes with. But, he is fun to pose. I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm sitting here trying to find that sweet spot for balance, and I know once I get him, he's going to stay there. But, like, you don't mind messing with him. Oh, come on, get that deal there. So let's talk about the accessories he comes with, the stuff I was expecting, and the stuff that, you know, that was the add-on. We mentioned before, the claws, which, the way they are, they're supposed to kind of, these pegs here are supposed to fit in between the fingers. And they do work, I guess you could say almost in theory, and you saw I can get it done. It definitely is just a lot of finagling. There were no instructions in the box that I can find at this time. Just this card that has his breakdown to it. I'm trying to find some videos, and I'm sure I will. But overall, these just fit between the fingers. Same with the slashing effects, which are really nice, and I really look forward to photographing. I love this blood effect. This is right up there with the blood that Storm Collectibles offers. So this will, it makes this guy look, yes, absolutely savage. We also then get 2 fists, which is pretty neat. Again, goes back to the whole thing of more of a werebear versus a true bear, because a fist doesn't have an opposable thumb. Yeah, that's one of the big things on here. So that absolutely helps with that. Don't know if I'm going to be having him fighting as much, but we'll see. A little bit of paint rubbage on here, and I do recommend hitting everything with a hairdryer. And then we also have your gripping hands, which also works for more of a savage claw to it. It is more tricky getting the blood effects into that, to be honest. Haven't really tried getting the slash effects in here. You can maneuver the fingers. Again, it helps with a hairdryer, but I don't want to stretch them out. So I don't know if I'll be... The slash effects, I'm not sure I'll be putting in here. I might be able to finagle the blood effects on it. But again, a little bit of paint rubbage right there. Then we get the rest of this stuff. The club is cool. You can get the club to go in here, and this isn't solid. When I squeeze it, I do feel it kind of flex a little. But I can get the club to go in there. I really hope I don't get much paint rubbage from that, but it definitely is a firm grip, which is good. And I can kind of see him wielding it. And then you got the gladiator armor. Very well detailed. A lot of this makes me wonder if Memory Toys is working with other figures. Specifically, I was at Xerxes, the guys who are doing those other gladiator figures. Like, they just came out with the Rhino and the Minotaur. Because this absolutely is the type of stuff that they would have. My biggest problem with all of this is the fact, you know, it's using these pegs in here. And I, honest to God, can barely finagle these things on here. I tried putting the belt on earlier, and it's a neat trick I did. I took a hairdryer to the belt itself, and that softened the plastic to loop around. But, again, I can't get the belt to actually clasp on there. Every time I think it's in there, the pegs themselves don't push all the way through because they're soft and rubbery, and so they compact. And right when you think it's in there, the whole thing springs open. The wrist gauntlets are pretty neat. Everything is painted really, really nice. I love this patina look. I love this chipped armor. Again, it looks like someone was fucking around and finding out, and he was letting them, and he was doing the educating. But to be blunt, I don't think I'm ever going to put this stuff on him. One, I was going for a more Savage in the Forest look. I might have him hold this just because. Again, I could have this going with the Orc, which would be kind of neat. But this isn't why I bought him, and I really hope this isn't one of the reasons why this guy's over $100. Because to be honest, I would gladly have foregone whatever the cost of this, backed it out, and just gotten the bear. Because that's what I bought. I bought this based on him being a bear. Weird criticism, but I mean, it's just the fact of, if you're gonna give me stuff, let me use it. It's just more frustrating the fact that I can't use it, and the fact if I paid for it, I'd rather have just not gotten it at all. So I did try to get him all gladiatored up for everybody, because I know people would want to see it, and he does not look bad. Let me put it this way. I will say that. I also would probably say he should have come packaged like this. Like, this should have been what was offered. Almost kind of like how Axis Toys was doing that Tyrannosaurus Rex, where you could get him armored up and unarmored up. I almost would have liked that as an option, because I'll turn around here. I can't get the pegs to push all the way through there, and I really can't get this one to grip on as well. I mean, that's hanging on by a thread. So if I do any major posings, this gear is going to be coming off, plain and simple. I think if they were going to wanted to do a gladiator bear, they should have sold a gladiator bear. Like, that should have been in the box. So I was more than happy of having a plain bear, because again, all I gotta do is give it a touch, you know, and everything comes off, because there's nothing gripping on there. Well, nothing I can physically do to grip it. Maybe I could boil this end and keep that end cold or something, who knows. But for me, nothing is staying together. It just all comes off way too easy. So that's just going to be honest. It's honestly going to be more frustration than good. I am happy I bought the bear. I didn't need this stuff. You know, again, this stuff, whatever. I bought a bear, and it is a very good bear. It's just, again, I don't think it's worth the price I paid for him, to be blunt. I'm probably more disappointed in Big Bad Toy Store than I am in Memory Toys, if that makes sense. Because the combination of the non-refundable deposit, yes, they charged more than other websites and all that stuff. So I don't feel I'm getting the value of what I paid for this bear. If I paid about 25% less, I'd be thrilled. That's the rough stuff. Good stuff is, again, this is an incredibly well detailed figure. Memory Toys has got a solid build on it. And again, I still think they are making stuff for other people. And I'm happy for them. I really am. Because they do make some very cool stuff. I think Memory Toys is definitely a line to keep your eyes on. Between them and the Furet stuff with Veteran William and all. I don't know if I'm going to make this guy into my top 10. I know other people have. But again, after handling things like the Orc, I think the Orc is a better figure. Again, this is not a bad figure. It's just not their best. I'd probably put Orc number 1, this number 2, and Mr. G number 3. I do recommend him, just again, not from Big Bad Toy Store. I also know for a fact that Fresh Monkey Fiction, the guys who are doing those monster figures from Big Bad Toy Store as an exclusive, they are licensing this body out to be a Sasquatch. So he'll be coming with a freaking minigun. I think that is actually pretty neat. I'm not gonna say I want to buy one just so I can give him the minigun, but that would be pretty freaking neat if somebody's able to either A, parts it out, or B, knock it off. But I'm also glad I got my black bear. The whole panda thing was kind of a BS of did I get the figure I was waiting for or not? Because then if I got a panda bear, I mean, I really wanted the black bear. So I'm happy I got what I paid for on that aspect. But like I said, I don't know if this guy's going to be top 10 quality or not, but I'm glad I got him in this year. But let me know your thoughts down below. Did you get him? Were you happy with what you purchased? Do you share your thoughts about the whole Gladiator BS? Or about the whole idea of these guys are making toys for other people? I am still going to be supporting Memory Toys 100%. As soon as I see other cool things, I'll absolutely be putting them there. They actually have a space dedicated now in one of my Detolfs for display. But again, let me know your thoughts down below. Hit that like button if you stuck with me for this whole video. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you checking out my reviews on this because, well, one, this figure's been out for a while. And two, I've been waiting for it. So again, I'm not disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in the people who sold it to me. And I'll probably never get a sponsorship from BBTS because of that again. Even though I'll still be buying from them, don't get me wrong. But as always, until next time, take care. Peace.